7 p.m. I declare the meeting open. The town of Walkerville would like to acknowledge the Kaurna people as the traditional custodians of the land we are meeting on today and respect their spiritual relationship with their country. We recognise the many generations of stewardship the Kaurna people have provided to this land and respect that their cultural heritage and beliefs are as important today as they were for their ancestors. So present this evening is there as set out on the screen. So we have an apology from Councillor Williams and we have Councillor Allenson on a leave of absence from the 22nd of January 24 to the 30th of July 24 inclusive. And the staff in attendance there as set out on the screen. So moving on to item 2, the confirmation of minutes. Item 2.1 is the ordinary council meeting minutes of the 18th of March 24.
Move that way.
Thank you, Councillor Ripp. Seconded, Councillor Trotter. All those in favour? Thank you, that's carried. Item 2.2 is the Special Eastern Waste Management Authority meeting minutes of the 14th of March 24. Thank you. Councillor Zeppel, seconded. Councillor Vanstone. All those in favour? Thank you, that's carried. Item 2.3 is the Special Eastern Waste Management Authority meeting minutes of the 21st of March 24. Is there a mover?
I wasn't obviously there, but I'm happy to move that there would be.
Yeah, it's just noting the minutes. So Councillor Vanstone and then seconded Councillor Witt. All those in favour? It's carried. And item 2.4, the special council meeting minutes of the 25th of March 24. Thank you, Councillor Corr has moved that. Seconded Councillor Vanstone. All those in favour? That is carried. Item 3, declarations of interest. Does anyone have a conflict of interest to declare tonight? There are no conflicts. Item 4 is deputations. There are no deputations. Item 5 is petitions. There are no petitions. Item 6 is the Mayor's Diary. Are there any questions? No mover. Councillor Trotter, thank you. Seconded Councillor Witt. All those in favour? That is carried. Item 6, council members' reports. Does any council member have a report they wish to make?
I just want to thank the staff for the pop-up consultation stand for organising that at the shopping centre the other night to obviously talk about towards 2035. Got a lot out of that, had some really engaging conversations, and obviously some key themes are coming up around the need to be for our council to be financially sustainable, people talking about women's safety, particularly I had a couple talk to me about the council being sort of points to provide women with better support, especially women escaping domestic violence, and a couple talk about that in White Ribbon, and I've given them our details as well. People were talking about general community safety as well, obviously with the couple of recent incidences in and around township, people raised that as well. So yeah, obviously cost of living was coming up as well for people, and just wanting us to be mindful of those impacts. So had some really engaging chats, and I'm actually glad that the staff organised that and people were grateful as well. So thank you.
Thanks, Councillor Ripp. Anyone else? Okay. Item 7, council members' subsidiary reports. Any reports from subsidiary meetings? I just wish to advise the council that I've been appointed the Deputy Chair of East Waste at a recent meeting.
Congratulations.
Okay, so no other reports. Item 8, questions from the gallery. Do you have a question on? Yes, so thank you. Could you please stand and state your name and
Come up if you
address?
like, we'll give you that.
And then you've got 5 minutes for the question.
Okay, my name's Malcolm Cochran, I live locally.
Sorry, we need your address for record keeping purposes.
Now?
Yes.
12 Cresswell Court, Gilberton, 5081.
Thank you.
Telephone number?
You can go on with the question now, thank you.
It's not so much, okay. I'll come to, I wasn't really going to say this, but Could the council buy number 1 Walkerville Terrace?
The Buckingham Arms site.
Yes. That wasn't what I was going to ask, but that'll do.
Okay, I'll defer to the CEO for an answer to that question.
Through the chair, council could not possibly afford to purchase that site.
You had $12 million to pay when you got voted, the council got voted in. Would it be more than $12 million?
I would expect so.
Okay. The second point I was going to make is that will the council be? I know the council is prevented from having any major influence on what happens there, but will the council be? Is there something the council can do there to try to make sure that a suitable area is built? Does council have any influence on what happens there?
I'll have a go, but then I might defer to the CEO. So it's a commercial site and it's being sold by the current owners. We understand that that's subject to development approval. We don't really have an ability to influence a commercial outcome for who might purchase the site. As a development of the site is likely to be over $10 million, which means the developer has the ability to call in the development to SCAP, which means that then council has no ability to influence the outcome of the development application, which is what we saw with the current application for the Buckingham Arms. So that went to the State Commission Assessment Panel for assessment. This council thought that the development application that had been put in was overreaching and was not suitable for the site, given what the site was zoned at, particularly medium density for 6 levels. So that's when council engaged a consultant to put in a submission to SCAP on its behalf. So council will be looking carefully at whatever the next development step is from that developer, whether they seek to appeal that application or if they seek to put in a new application, and we'll look at that and then decide as a council whether we think that's an appropriate development and support it, or whether we would want to engage someone again to put in a submission.
Okay, thank you. Its value's obviously fallen from what they were hoping for.
I'm not sure, I'm not privy to the commercial.
Well, I mean, by definition, they can't do what they wanted to do, so it must have fallen to some degree.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They've got a 2-month appeal process, so we'll wait to see what they do.
Yeah.
There.
Okay, well, that's basically my point.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
That's why we put a letter out to fly to put inform people.
Okay, thanks very much.
Pleasure.
Okay, so we'll move on to item 9, which is questions without notice. Does any council member have a...
You are welcome to stay if you want to. Yeah.
Having a step at some stage, I'm not quite sure why your hand is different.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for attending, appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Safe.
2, 3, 4.
We've got 2 6s in here. We've got a 6 mayor's diary and a 6 council member report.
Yeah, so we're out by 1 on your paper version.
Okay, so we're at questions without notice. Does anyone have a question without notice? No. There are no questions with notice. Are there any motions without notice? There are no motions without notice. There are no motions with notice. So item 14 is the decision reports. Item 14.1 is the council resolution register.
Better put bigger. Squeeze it in.
Oh, that's better.
Sorry.
Thank you, yes.
Sorry.
Okay, Andrew, have you got anything to add to this report?
Nothing further, thank you.
Any questions for clarification on this report? Okay, is there a mover? Councillor Witt, seconded, Councillor Call. All those in favour? Thank you, that is carried. Item 14.2 is the Future Living Code Amendment. Andrew, have you got anything to add?
Through the chair, probably just to say hopefully council members are far more comfortable with what's actually happening here, given the workshop we recently had.
Definitely.
Any questions for clarification on the report? Is there a mover? Thank you, Councillor Trotter. Seconded, Councillor Zeppel. All those in favour? Thank you, that is carried. Item 14.3. The Propel SA review report. In Sarah's absence, Andrew, have you got anything to add?
Nothing further, thank you.
Any questions for clarification on the report? Is there a mover? Thank you, Councillor Ripp. Seconded, Councillor Trotter. All those in favour? That is carried. Item 14.4 is the policy review, selection of road names policy and the elected member training and development policy. Jim, anything to add to the report?
Nothing at this time, thank you.
Okay. Any questions for clarity on the report? Okay. To the mover. Councillor Vanstone, seconded, Councillor Core. All those in favour? That is carried, thank you. Item 14.5, Councillor Vanstone's leave of absence request. So we can all live vicariously through him for a change. So that is, thank you, Councillor Trotter has moved and seconded by Councillor Core. All those in favour? That's carried, thank you. Okay, moving on to item 15, information report. So item 15.1 is the monthly works report for March 24. James, anything to add?
Nothing further, Mayor.
Thank you. Any questions for clarity on this report? Okay. To mover, Councillor Ripp, thank you. Seconded, Councillor Trotter. All those in favour? That's carried. Item 15.2 is the monthly financial report of March 24. In Muhammad's absence, and Andrew, anything to add?
Nothing
No.
further.
Jim, any questions for clarity on the report? The mover, thank you, Councillor Trotter, and then second, Councillor Core. All those in favour? That is carried. Item 15.3, decisions of the Council Assessment Panel, of which there was no meeting, so we actually have to adopt this anyway. Any questions? Is there a mover?
I move that and note that it didn't meet.
Thank you, Councillor Rick. Seconded. Councillor Zeppel. All those in favour? That is carried. Thank you. Item 15.4 is the Wesleyan Cemetery Update 2024. Andrew or James, anything to add to that?
Through the chair, I guess just to note that Andrew, Ross and myself have been working with Adelaide Cemeteries Authority, who manage the site for us, and we felt it worthwhile to update members on the next 12 months for the Wesleyan Cemetery with some budget potentially allocated for 2024-25 to start thinking short and long term how this council wants to manage that site.
Any questions for clarity on this report? Okay. Councillor Ripp, seconded Councillor Core. All those in favour? That is carried. Item 16 is correspondence, of which there is none. Item 17, urgent other business. Is there any urgent other business that councillors wish to raise? Nope. Item 18 are the complimentary items. So So item 18.1, so Levi Adelaide Holiday Park lease revised amendment. So I'll just begin that one by going into confidence. So thank you, Councillor Trotter, seconded Councillor Whip. All those in favour? That is carried. Time being 7:15, the meeting moves into confidence.